Guys, we have seen quite a few leaks about the Pixel 9 devices. We've seen renders of the 9, the 9 Pro, and the 9 Pro XL. But one thing we have not gotten to do on this channel is actually get our hands on something that will help us approximate the size, the shape, the feel of these Pixel 9 devices. That actually gets to change today because the lovely owner of Thinborne, I will put a link to this website in the description down below. I actually have used their cases a whole bunch. I've got one of their cases on my Pixel 8 Pro. There's one on my S23 Ultra. I've got several of them. They're really, really good. They're Aramid fiber. They're very lightweight, and I really, really like them. Carl reached out to me, and he said, hey, I have something really, really interesting that I would like to potentially send to you that you could show off on your channel. And I said, yeah, absolutely. That sounds like that's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun. So in this very box, what we have is an Aramid fiber case for the not only unreleased, but yet unannounced Pixel 9 Pro XL. All right, so we have my Pixel 8 Pro right here, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is the case for the Pixel 9 Pro. And there is a surprisingly large amount of things to kind of talk about with regard to a simple case. So the first thing that your eyes may be drawn towards is the change in the shape of the cutout around the camera bar. And that is because, unlike prior Pixel devices, the 6, 7, and the 8, excluding the Pixel Fold, that's kind of actually what the Pixel 9 is going to look like. You don't have a bar that goes all the way across. You have a sort of island there in the middle. In fact, I've got an image here. I'll just show you on my Pixel Fold here. If we come a little bit closer, maybe I'll just zoom it in. That makes more sense. See how it's kind of an isolated thing. It's an island instead of a continuous camera bar. That is definitely a big change. In terms of like overall size, if I line these two up on the bottom, the Pixel 9 looks like it might be just ever so slightly taller than the Pixel 8. Looking over on this side, I'm going to assume, if we look over on this side, the volume and power buttons are going to be in the same place, but I would guess the power button is going to be actually higher. Both are actually going to be a little bit higher. This is a change that I don't think I'm going to absolutely be super pleased with, because the higher up it goes, like at a certain point, guys, like where are we going with these buttons? Like how high do they need to be? Put them down here where I can actually reach them. So that might be something I'm not super excited about. On the top, that looks pretty much identical. If we flip over to the other side, nothing there to talk about. And on the bottom, I think things are going to be fairly similar, but oh, there is actually a difference. We have two speaker cutouts here and only one speaker cut out here. That is an interesting change that, again, I don't know how happy I would be to see. You may notice, though, when we're looking at the sides, how the Pixel 8 Pro is nice and rounded, and the Pixel 9 Pro, it is a 90-degree angle there instead of being a nice soft curve. And that is because these devices are going to have a very, let's say, iPhone-esque flat edge, flat side design. I must be honest with you, I've never, as far as I can remember, owned a phone with a flat edge like this. And as soon as I pulled this case out and I started holding it, I was like, wow, that does really feel very, very different than I'm used to feeling. This is going to be one of those things that I'm going to have to just experience to determine if it's something I'm in favor of, something I like, or something I dislike. The nice rounded shape does tend to fit in your hand really well. I will say the flat edges, I think, look really good. But ergonomically, I don't know how good of a call that is. Google's going to have to sort of convince me on that one as well. I do want to really hammer home that I think that the Pixel 9 series might be the best looking series of phones Google has produced. Taking something from Apple is not necessarily a bad idea. Those flat edges look really nice. I feel like we've arrived at this very well-polished, well-refined look. I don't know how that's going to work ergonomically, how they're going to feel in your hand. All that good stuff is going to matter a lot. But from that visual perspective, it's grown on me a lot. It's probably no coincidence that I also think that the Pixel Fold looks really, really good. they look very similar to the Pixel Fold, just a bit more rounded up here than what we have here with the Pixel Fold. Strangely enough, the sequel to the Pixel Fold apparently isn't going to look anything like that. The camera bar is not a bar, it's like a square bump on the corner, so that is very, very curious and kind of odd, strange to me as well, but that's neither here nor there for this video. I'd love to know what you guys think, though, about this case. What do you think about the Pixel 9 in general? Is this stuff that is exciting to you? Let me know in the comments down below. Again, do check out Thinborne.com. I'll put a link to it in the description down below. I think Dark Reader's making this website not function properly. There we go. Thinborne is awesome. Their cases are really good, and they've been really, really nice. And sending this out for me to take a look at so early is really quite cool. As you can see, they've actually got cases listed for the Pixel Fold 2 as well, which is wild. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention that these things are MagSafe, and yeah, it is a MagSafe compatible thing, and that is actually really quite sufficiently strong. I'll show you this. You can see kind of where that is placed on the device itself. Nothing too shocking there. A thing like this, I think, would work pretty well as a grip on there. So yeah, I'll add that little bit of information in here as well. At any rate, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content just like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.